Hey guys, Hugh Shang here. Welcome back to another StarCraft 2 lesson. Today we're going to be starting a new Bronze to GM series, and we're going to have some limitations here. I want to show you guys how easy it can be to macro. I think a lot of people are a little bit overwhelmed trying to macro, and yeah, I want to show that it's actually pretty easy to macro as long as you focus on the fundamentals and don't get too crazy microing too much or trying to optimize your builds too hard. Basically, all we need to do when we're macroing is keep like 3 core things running smoothly, right? We need to keep spending our larva. We need to keep injecting. And we need to, what was the third one? We don't need to do creep, by the way. Like, creep is completely useless at this level. So we can just cut that. This is like platinum, diamond, MMR. But we need to keep the injects going. We need to keep the larva production going. And we need to not get supply blocked. I think that was the third one I was trying to think of. So, yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then other than that, we just kind of need to know what the progression's supposed to look like. So, yeah, let's try to do that. We're going to try to use really low APM. I did a little test before this, and I played a game with 125 APM. So you can get it pretty low, and that's keeping in mind that I'm using extremely fast rapid fire. So whenever I made units, it was probably spiking to like 500. So I think probably a more realistic APM that I was playing out was like 80. So we're not using any APM to win these games. We're only using strategy and game knowledge. Okay, let's check this Overlord. So basically our plan is to get up to about 3 base saturation before we get too much tech or upgrades. I think that's where most people are going wrong at this level. Let's get our Overlord. What race is this guy? Protoss? Okay, so he has no base here. So already we're expecting some sort of cheese. Let's grab a Spine Crawler, and then let's see what he's got going on in his base here. Generally, you can drone here. I think we're maybe getting Proxy Zealot Rush, though. Okay, he's got a gateway, so we don't need this anymore. Should we cancel the Roach Warren? Maybe we'll keep the Roach Warren. Oh, actually, you know what? We probably did need that spine. Okay, that's fine. Let's just remake it. He's got a lot of Zealots being produced here. I kind of expected to see just one gateway, but he's got a ton. So, yeah, let's make a bunch of units. Let's get our injects going. Yeah, okay, we're a noob, so we don't know how many units we need. Let's just make a lot of units here until we defend this, and then we're going to go back to droning. Okay, let's get a Overlord here. Don't skip your Overlords just because they're getting rushed, and bring both of your Queens down. Then you want to group your units, and then aim them down. I'm not using any crazy micro here. I'm not moving these Queens. All I did was group up, then A move. So all my units were fighting. That's it. Okay. Inject, inject. Let's mass the droners. And let's see if he's got a base. Okay, he has no base. So at this point, we don't really want to make too many drones. We made some drones here because we just crushed his push. But realistically, it feels like he's still all in. So at this point, there's no reason to make any more drones. Yeah, he's still coming here. So let's start making roaches. Let's pull our units back as well. We can see he's grouping up a bit here. Inject, inject. Oh, I actually messed up these rally points. There we go.
We require more minerals.
And we're kind of going to need some more gas here. Let me grab one more. Generally, when you're on full 2 base, you want 3 gas for roaches. And when you're on, I don't know, this many drones, you want 2 gases. So he's got still no base. He's still sending lots of zealots. That means we just continue to produce roaches here. So inject, inject. Notice I'm not missing any injects here. Let's make more overlords. And let's get our roach speed. Why not? If you're feeling unsafe here, you're not sure if you can beat this army, you can definitely keep producing roaches instead of roach speed. Let's get some more overlords. Now, what you really don't want to do here, though, is you don't want to make any Zergling, because the Zergling get countered by the Zealot. Inject. And they're also very larva inefficient. Okay, we're running low on gas. Let's grab another one. Keep producing roaches when we can. We don't really want to make more drones here. So let's not do that. Man, this guy's just continuing to mass the Zealot, hey? It's kind of funny. He's just sitting out here making Zealots, but okay. Let's keep making these roaches. Maybe we're a little worried about Dark Templar. Let's grab a Spore Crawler here. Okay, and now he killed our Overlord, so we have no scouting vision anymore. So what I want to do is immediately get an Overseer across the map. This is one of the biggest things I think that players of this MMR range are skipping, is the Scout. And without the Scout, you just don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. So we absolutely have to have this. Shift that across. Send our Changeling to their army maybe. Yep. So basically just making Overlords, injecting, making roaches, and then we're trying to see what he's up to. Oh, he saw that. Nice job by the opponent. Okay, keep making roaches. And this Overseer, you can maybe check to see if they're going for Sky Toss or something where we might need to tech up the Hydras. But so far, based on, you know, the amount of units he has, I'm not super worried about that sort of thing. More roaches. So I'm not really thinking too much here because we're in this kind of rut right now where we just want to make roaches. So you don't have to be thinking like, okay, should I be droning now? Should I be making roaches? Should I be teching a Hydra? You don't have to think about any of this because the Scout's going to tell us if we need to do anything. And yeah, we're in this plan right now to just make roaches because he's on one base. So there's no reason to deviate. Okay, more Overlords.
Mineral field.
At some point, we could just attack his army if we feel like we've got enough. We are mining more than him, right? So eventually we should have more roaches. I think probably now even we could just send it. I think we've got like double what we need. So got a ton of leeway. I'm basically not going to worry about this too much as long as nothing catastrophic is going wrong. So as soon as you get it A-moved, make sure that you're doing your injects. Make sure you're still making roaches. You can watch your army, but just make sure that you're doing like a little bit of macro as you watch here. Everything's going good. Injects are looking good. Okay, so we crushed his army. We could drone up here, but we're so far ahead, we might as well just go attack. And there's the game. He did actually take a base over here. But, yeah, he was kind of all in anyways. We just made lots of units. We just kind of chilled. If we did see this base, we would have started droning and maybe grabbed our third base, but we didn't see that, so just made roaches and easy defense. What MMR is this? We're almost at 3,000.